While swinging around in Spider-Man on PS4, it's hard not to notice Avengers Tower. But where are all of Earth's mightiest heroes in the game? What's up, everybody? My name is Joshua Yale, and I'm going to break down a key moment in the game that I believe answers that very question. But before we get to that, I want to give you a spoiler warning, but it's more of a diet spoiler warning because while I'm not going to go into any major plot details, I am going to show the key moment in question. Let's do it. When you take a picture of Avengers Tower for the first time as part of your side quest to photograph different landmarks, you're treated to a short but important bit of dialogue from Peter.
Avengers Tower is so cool, but they're never around to use it. I think they're probably somewhere on the West Coast right now. Probably surfing or something.
If you want to take that line at face value, it means the Avengers are simply out catching some waves on the Pacific. And that's an easy enough way to explain why they're not in the game. Or it could be seen as a nod to the upcoming Avengers game, which is being worked on in part by Crystal Dynamics, based out of California. But if you really read into it, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, then the line actually tells us a ton about the current state of the Avengers in this game's version of the Marvel Universe. Longtime Marvel fans will recognize the line as a reference to a team from the comics called the West Coast Avengers. But it could be much more than just a fun call-out, because that team was formed at a key moment in Marvel history. You see, the West Coast Avengers first assembled as a result of Secret Wars, where a being known as the Beyonder kidnapped Marvel's most powerful heroes and villains, brought them to a place called Battleworld, and made them fight it out to see who was better. While they were away, the Vision became chairman of the Avengers, and when they returned, Vision wanted the Avengers to have a larger presence and commissioned the West Coast Avengers out of a new Avengers compound in sunny Los Angeles, California. The initial team was led by Hawkeye and featured Wonder Man, Mockingbird, Tigra, and James Rhodes in the Iron Man armor. Suddenly, this subtle line takes on a whole new meaning. It could mean that the Avengers aren't in New York City because they're preoccupied elsewhere. Maybe they're fighting in Secret Wars like in the comics, or they could be battling Ultron in Eastern Europe, or trying to stop Thanos in space. The point is, the Avengers seem to be otherwise indisposed, which would explain why we never see Iron Man flying by, or why Captain America doesn't show up when, the city's being devastated by supervillains. This makes sense on a practical level because we're playing a Spider-Man game, and it wouldn't be much fun if Thor was flying around New York City calling down the lightning on bad guys before your spider sense even went off. If the game was going to include Avengers Tower, then the folks at Insomniac Games had to find a way to address where they are, and this vague explanation is just enough to go on so we now have a general idea of why the Avengers are not around. They're busy avenging. Thanks for watching. For more on Spider-Man, check out our review, as well as my interview with lead creative designer Brian Intihar on how Insomniac reinvented Spider-Man's mythology. And be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.